Okay, this is examination room number 1. Trenching. Lots of trenching through here. And still needs to be ground. All this needs to be smooth and filled in along all these lines. We've got cuts over in here. This is extremely rough through this area, so that all needs to be cleaned up. You've got a control joint running all the way across there. That needs to be filled. Again, we've got some trenching up front here, which carries on. This basically goes off into every one of these rooms. All the way through here. There's probably going to be cabinets here, but it needs to be definitely taken care of. We don't know exactly where all that's going to go. Trenching here. Here's the big crack. This is the one we looked at in the original video. Runs all the way down through here. It is offset a little bit. Needs to be ground flush and filled, and that continues up there. Control joint. That's room number 2. We're going to go to room number 3. Pretty much the same thing in every room. Trenching all on the front here. All needs to be ground down, smooth, and so forth. Trench going through here. Same electrical hookup, maybe water hookup over here. The control joint continues. Examination room number 4. Same operation. We've got a joint, I believe, here going up this way. And then we've got one going down that way. We've got the trenching through here. All that needs to be ground down. It's all loaded up with, that's not bad, but it's got your drywall mud going across here, so all that needs to be cleaned up. We're going to go to room number 4. You've got 4 here. They did a little bit of vinyl patching or something on that crack right there. I don't know if we want to stay with that or if we want to clean that out, reroute it, and repatch it. Control joint going across. This is this room. And then we're going to go to the final area, which is, we're going to call this number 5. And this is the entryway. The crack, I believe, that we looked at on the other side, well, it continues on the joint. So the joint just has to be filled in. Here, looks like this goes across here. Yeah, it does. And then we've got I believe Keith was talking about transition. What are we going to do at this point? And this is still, I don't know if there's some, it looks like there's probably some kind of a trim piece or something that goes over this. So are we just going to go underneath? And Keith will be looking at this video, I believe. So are we going to be grinding and then bringing our material right up to here, and then they're going to put that trim piece around the outside. Again, you have that joint right here that has to be filled up. Everything, of course, tons of stuff still on the floor. Tons of stuff. I don't know what's going on here with the, that's got to all be taken off. Everything's got to be cleaned up, taken off the floor completely. All this, we've got ladders, construction material, everything here. And looking at this, you look at this patch right here, which is a little different, let's say, than the one I looked in examination room number 1. This is higher than grade right here. Maybe like a 32nd to a 16th tops. That needs to be all ground flush. All this needs to be filled in. We can't have any of this type stuff, any of this stuff showing through. So a lot more extensive work has to be put into this floor because of the trenching. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't the best as far as remove and replace on this concrete. They didn't do a terribly bad job on it, but all this stuff here will transition through the material if it isn't patched and smooth. So you look at this patching and you wonder if you really want to work with the floor as it is or skim coat the entire floor and then sand it down. That way you've got a smooth surface to work with, and then we would wind up doing the metallic on top of that. So I think that's where we sit.